D&D cookbook, and it's got a lot of really
Oh, the Heroes
tasty
Feast
looking
one.
stuff in there. Yeah, I think so.
Nice.
Nice.
I've got food coming in a bit. Some noodles.
Noodles.
Nice.
Do you want some fudge?
I fucking
I
love
would
some
love
fudge.
fudge.
Well, too bad. They're Banes.
I love that video so much. Would you like some fudge?
Too bad. They're Banes.
It's the greatest video. My sister made sour cream and guac. We ate it with Doritos.
Nice. I hate guac.
These-
But no.
These new dice leave claw marks.
Low.
Hey yo! They leave
Nice.
claw marks. What the fuck?
That's neat. They need to do this more. That's cool.
Yeah.
These sleep blue.
Oh,
Oh,
blue
that's so
cloud.
fucking cool.
Damn, I wish I had that.
It's the dice because they added werewolf, isn't it?
It's
Werewolf
the
and
blood
vampire,
dice.
Yeah.
That's so cool.
It's from their Halloween stuff.
Dip below the dice.
If they do this, I will
But I can't.
I will buy any dice they do that does this.
It's true. FJ, could
Stop
you
making me
please
wanna
eat
buy
your
things.
mic?
No.
Thanks. Now I can hear you.
Just put him to 1,000%.
I don't have mods.
1,000 is a scary number.
Yes.
Yes.
So let's see who's gonna do the re and the cap.
No.
Yes.
Re.
Oh, look who it is. Someone who hasn't done them in a long, long time. FJ.
Ah, yay. Just as I was about to get up to go get something to drink.
No.
Does it again.
Not allowed.
Okay. So, last session we were basically finishing up the big Hamlet fight. We finished it off with relative ease. We just had the ghouls and the creepy grandma demon and the shadow demons to deal with. Took care of those with little problems.
Yeah.
Then we rode back with Robin. Things got a little tense when she kind of figured out that, you know, Jackson has fucking the devil inside of him or whatever. Nobody likes that.
No one
But
likes
crisis
that.
averted. Mostly. We got a key to summon her whenever we need her. And we'll be going with her tomorrow to Paros to deal with something. I don't have in my notes what it was. Doing something over there.
Something else.
Something related to killing things, more than likely.
Something to which all that we just went through was just a test.
Yes.
Something that we have relevant experience for on the
Yes.
job application.
Of course.
They
then
always say that.
Oliver took Jackson to meet the lady in the lake, and they had their shenanigans that nobody else knows about.
I think everybody was there for that.
I don't think so.
No.
Hmm.
We were like standing awkwardly like a few hundred yards away while you guys were
Hmm.
doing your baptism in the pool.
Sure. That works.
Those are words that describe things.
This is from
Those-
Gianna's perspective. Leave me alone.
Those were appropriate words, yes.
So yes, we don't know all the stuff about it, but apparently it was good for the soul. And then we had a long rest.
It's true.
It's true, we did do that.
But where is the calendar?
The calendar.
The calendar.
Who was?
Is that correct? Yes, it's already at the next. No, it's not the next day. Let me check. I think. No, yes. It's going to be the 29th. Be mad. Some hours to this thing. Yes, not exactly 12 a.m., but slightly before that. Actually, no. Wait. I forget how a.m. and p.m. works. 12 a.m. is midnight, right? Or is it the opposite?
Yes,
Okay.
that's correct.
So nothing really happens at midnight. we can go a little forward. Let's say 8 a.m. So during this night, you all have your singular dream that you've been having for a long time. Ooh, I forgot. It's today. Good, yes.
Today's the day.
Today is the day.
What are you talking about?
Your dreams are slightly different today.
Oh, wonderful.
Jackson,
Oh no,
if you
that's my
could,
name.
for the next little while, move yourself to a different chat while I discuss with the remaining players.
Do I need to do that?
Yes, please.
Goodbye,
We'll see
friend.
you around.
No.
Yes. You five. You who have been sharing but not necessarily being there at the same time. Dream. You once again find yourselves in the circle of mages with the chalice in the middle, which you all have now already understood that possibly represents the ritual that you're going to at least be witness to in the foreseeable future. Holy Grail War. And that the golden chalice at the middle most likely represents the cup, who will hold all of the wishes and will grant you unlimited strength and power. Or so you're told. You this time you find yourself with more control over your body. And look around, move to a certain degree. But that notion of control only comes when you are already at the circle, where the 7 mages are worshipping the Grail in some sort. And almost as if in a snap, as if waking up, you find yourself there. Not necessarily physically. This is a feeling that is already become quite well known to Oliver. You are awake, you are conscious, but you're not inside your own body. Find yourselves transported to whatever this place, this ritual is happening. You all then notice that the others in your group start to become visible to you. So Edmund would slowly become aware of the presence of Gianna and Ichika and Graves Then Jiro
Wait, Grace is here?
grazes you. Jiro and Oliver.
God.
You all, once you become aware of each other, notice that Jackson is not here. And neither is Hunter, who was also having the same dreams. And when you take notice of everyone and you think to maybe try to contact them, to reach them, you suddenly all moved to be placed as if in a row, looking to the ritual. From the chalice, the mud, the spider-like mud, doesn't start, it doesn't overflow. What comes out of the grave is light. Faint golden light. And slowly, the 7 images of the mages vanish. Actually, it's the opposite. You watch as 2 images of the 7 mages vanish, and their spots are left open. You all then hear, and at this time you're aware that you're listening to something outside of yourself. It's not something inside your head. A voice that is at the same time clearly feminine, but also an amalgamation of different voices that speak with it. And it says, 2 spots remain at the next Holy Grail War. I inquire of those who stand beside each other in this moment of crisis. Do you have a wish for the grave? Do you think that your own wish, selfish as it may be, is worth the effort of going through the ritual? I ask each, every one of you the same question. Are you willing to kill and die for your wish? As the question lingers in the air, you watch as the 2 spots remaining of the 2 robed mages that were once there glow faintly. If one wishes not to speak, you will be inquired one by one.
Do we get the sense that we can actually speak up? Do we have enough
Yes.
autonomy for that?
Mm-hmm.
Then Gianna would pipe up. Going to bring my sister back. Not sure if I'm willing to kill over it just yet, but I am willing to die over it.
You watch as For a moment, nothing changes. There is no sound. There is nothing in the vision changes. But then one of the spots, a small circle, a small magical circle of runes appears beneath it. And it's clearly cut in the middle. So there are two halves that would form a circle, and they appear there. And Gianna, you are suddenly occupying one of the halves. You all watch as your row is reduced by one in size as Gianna is suddenly standing in the spot of one of the mages. The voice speaks up. Ichika Himari, do you have a wish for the Grail that you would risk your own life and the one of countless others in this ritual?
There's nothing I'd want that I won't get for myself. I have no greater wish for this event.
Voice speaks up after a few moments. Thank you for your presence. And Ichiku vanishes. If I don't know if you have access to. Actually, you don't have access to spectator chat, so it's going to unlock spectator chat for a moment.
You can move me even if I can't. And if
That's
I can't
fine.
see it.
We don't have a need for spectator chat anymore. So, bye-bye. The voice waits a little longer.
I have no wish that would require the countless, as you say, the death of others or me fighting for my own death, or me. You know, I'm good.
Waits a couple more seconds before then once again saying, thank you for your presence. And Jiro's removed from the equation. Bye-bye. See you around. The voice waits once more.
There were three.
Edmund Lowell, do you have a wish for the Grail? One that would put in danger those around you. And one that you would throw away your life, the chance of working for the world.
The only wish I could think of to be close to that would be a wish to stop the mixture of the worlds. Set order to what it's supposed to be.
The Grail does not judge. the wish. Grail is aware most are selfish.
That is truly the wish I would seek.
The voice holds for a moment, and you watch as the other empty spot starts to glow with runes as well. It is also cut in half, and Edmund is transported one of the halves. The voice holds once more. Oliver Rose, as it seems that is your name for now. You have a wish. Will require your limitless mana that the Grail can provide, and one that would step over others to achieve it.
I've always been selfless with my life. If I had to wish for something, it would be happiness, not at the expense of others.
Have you then no wish for the Grail?
None that I would consider worth, as you said, trampling others for.
The voice holds for a moment more. Then farewell, and thank you for your presence. As Oliver is pushed away. Edmund and Gianna, the semicircle that you were standing on merges with the other half of the semicircle, completing your spot in the seven person ritual. The Grail then says, all the participants have been selected. Grail War will officially begin whenever all of the servants are summoned. Overseer of the church will indicate the start of the ritual with a pen that will be sent through your command seals. From now on, we're all masters in this war and have a duty to see it to the end with as little casualty as possible from those not inside the ritual. Be aware that the Grail itself has countermeasures it can deploy if it feels threatened or if the ritual is threatened in any way. Sleep well, masters, and hope that this is not the last time that you hear my voice. And with that, you two both feel your consciousness you feel yourselves losing consciousness as you fade into, for once in a couple of weeks, dreamless sleep. I'll pull everyone back. Welcome back, everyone.
Hello. Hello.
You
Oh.
all, you all wake up
They're
on the
back.
next day.
I can't be forcibly freaking moved, otherwise my freaking mic goes crazy.
Oh, I see.
Whatever reason, for whatever reason.
Weird.
I have a picture to show to people that I'll be sending on
No.
private DMs.
Oh, if you can actually send it to individual people in fantasy accounts. If you just drag the thing onto their portrait.
I know, I just don't have the image on Fancy Grounds.
Ah.
Because I forgot
I
about
would
it.
stop.
Where is you, my friend? Here you are.
Big
Yeep.
Sedge.
Keep.
Why are you saying keep? You're not one of the people that are going to get a picture.
Coward.
Just
That's
gotta
cute.
say that I really enjoyed one of them. I really did. Where is you? Where is you with the
What do you
chat?
mean by
Here
that?
you are. Congratulations to both of you.
Well done.
Congratulations. You won.
Congratulations, you won a ticket to death.
Look, we got a ticket to the death, murder, kill.
Yes.
Death verdict. Oh, that looks bizarre. Okay.
Yes. But it's the one that I liked.
Yeah, that's fair.
Can I see it?
You
No.
will see whenever they show you.
Can I
Yeah.
see it?
Yeah, sure.
So, you all wake up the next day. For some, this is the first time in a while that you've had some sort of peace in your sleep, where you aren't just following the same pre-written path of looking at 7 people in a room, looking at a cup. The cup explodes into spiders.
Ah, yes. That old chestnut.
Quiet.
That spider-filled chestnut.
Yes.
That I wish
Oh
was
yeah,
roasting
that
for
must have
fire.
been so bad.
Jackson,
Yes.
you have a normal sleep. You once again have the distorted view of the same ritual. But this time, there is a spot open. And while you do not have control over yourself in this dream, you walk into the spot that is open as runes glow on your feet. And the long rest had already been applied, I think. That's y'all. Whatever you wish to do in the morning of the 29th.
Okay, that changes my priorities a little bit. Little bit.
Also, those interesting way to put it. Those with command seals. Is there anything that you would like to do to hide them?
Where do they appear? So if I had to,
Do you have a preference?
mine would be, if I got to choose, it'd be on my. I have to think about this because I can't remember what side it was. Left shoulder.
Yep. And there they are.
Okay.
I was going to say
Edmund.
that you don't need to say them out loud, but then you said it, so it's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
It's
People can
not
refer.
like everyone didn't expect John to be a master.
It's not like we don't know who it is.
You. But yes, is there anything that you would like to do about them, Edmund?
He definitely would have taken a wearing set of gloves.
So would his be in the hand?
It'd be on the back of his right hand.
Okay. I need to check a thing. But you can go on with whatever you wish to do in the morning. I just remembered a thing that's going to be interesting.
Oh, Gianna's just gonna fucking lie in bed staring at the ceiling for a while. Processing.
Edmund's just gonna go about his morning like normal, as if nothing happened.
And I will go up my day as normal, as nothing did happen.
Has nothing actually happened.
Nothing happened to Jiro, so he's acting like normal.
That's how it is.
So,
Sure knows it's not him.
Oh yes, so I have to add the clairvoyance skill to to a couple sheets.
Okay.
Go.
No.
so. Oliver. Oliver,
Yes.
I need some help.
Well, that much is evident. But what do you need help with?
You know how to
Bitch.
hide bodies.
Shut up, bitch.
Bitch.
There. I think I've made a choice.
Oh, Oliver's face gets super serious. He was trying to be a little shit, but now not so much being with the shit.
Just interrupting you real quick. Both Gianna and Edmund in your sheet in the skills tab. Now there is the clairvoyance skill. You are as masters proficient in it, and if you click the red dragon head, you will see the description of what he does, as is written by Mr. Logan himself. You may go on.
Understandable.
Oliver says, "What? You didn't have to decide right away. Are you?" What?
I'm not 100% certain yet. But if because of what I did yesterday, things are getting more complicated by the minute.
Yes.
And I figured it would help our church friends settle down, be less angry about things if the influences that I carried around myself weren't so questionable.
Okay.
I want to make a pact with the Lady of the Lake.
Okay.
I'm not sure it'll have any difference to Robin, but
Well, you would have to talk with her first. I could set up a meeting if you want.
that would be great. Yes.
Where's the nearby sink?
The Lady of the Sink. The very small Lady of the Sink.
Yes.
Yeah, he's not gonna like
Where
summon her in a fucking bathtub. That would just be undignified.
Floods half of the hotel.
Well, we can summon her the ocean's nearby, or we can go to one of the many lakes along the way. I mean, we do have to go to the docks anyhow, so we just find a nice secluded spot before we leave, and sure.
Good. Do you think she'll... Never mind.
As you speak about the docks, you receive a sending, Oliver, from the contractor. He just gives you an address at the docks.
Ah! So that's where we're supposed to go.
There's no further response. Sending is one-way trip.
Okay. No, he just he's like, oh, okay, that's where we're going. But yeah, I'm glad you didn't make a decision on the other thing, 'cause you really don't have to right away. I want you to think long and hard about it. It's a very big decision, but yeah, we'll meet up with everybody downstairs. I just got the location, and we'll figure things out.
Cool.
Are you sure this is the right course of action for you?
Was I ever?
I mean, fair.
What do you mean?
In
a more serious note.
Well,
Should I not?
I'm not saying that you should or you shouldn't. I'm just asking if it's what you want to do. I mean, I unknowingly made a pact with her when I picked up the sword that day, and I was running away from it for the better half of my adult life.
Well, did she ever seem unkind to you?
No.
Did she ever ask anything of you that was questionable?
No.
Then she's better than current management, at least.
Well, yes. Better than current management, but what if you just get rid of management altogether?
That
Be self-employed.
Be free.
that would equate to us. How did she say it? That would equate to trying to fight God.
I see. Well, we can go talk
I'm
to
not
her.
particularly sure who my father was, but I'm pretty sure he wasn't God.
Perhaps not. Yeah, well, let's go talk to her and see what she says.
I mean, I'm not. Like, he's nervous about this.
Oliver is totally not nervous about this. Like, if he wants to go, he'll take him. It's just, he seems like he's getting into, like, a very big commitment, like, from one moment to another. But I see why he's doing it.
Sure, let's do it. Yes.
Alright. I mean, you can always talk, you know, you don't have to do anything right away, but we can definitely talk to her and see where you're at once you do. And I can definitely see your reasons why. I mean, I'd be fucking terrified if I had a tentacle demon after me, so...
Yeah, you don't know the half of it. Yeah.
Shall we go downstairs?
Yes. Be better.
Alright, then as GM said in chat, let's fucking go.
Yes.
Cool.
Oliver suddenly, SGM said,
And
What?
who the fuck is... He sees gods writing in the wall.
It was like finger-sized tiny corns. They're good.
He broke the fourth wall.
Yes,
That's his secret superpower. He has mystic eyes of fourth wall breaking.
he looked at the camera.
Oh my god,
Mystic-
can that be
mystic
a
eyes of-
thing? Can he
Mystic
have
eyes
those
of
mystic
foresight.
eyes?
I have foresight.
Mys-
I saw the
Mystic
script.
eye. Mystic eyes of 4D perception.
Yeah,
No.
I would love mystic eyes of 40 perception for Oliver. That would be hysterical.
Foresight.
Ah,
You're spelling it
I
wrong.
Ah.
Fucking
I see.
hysterical.
Foresight. I can see the fours. They are everywhere.
Well, I mean, my gamer tag
Four.
is foreshadow.
Yes. The other four people, Lise, is there anything that you would like to do before you all meet up to go speak with Robin?
There is not.
Gianna would be up a lot earlier than her usual time frame, so that
Well, that
be
throws up warning
that-
flags.
she'd probably be down at the bar just staring off into space mostly.
Edmund would sit down next to Gianna.
Not looking in his direction, but I'm going to assume what you saw last night is similar to what I saw.
Yes, I was wondering quite the same.
Mm. I see.
You took it to at the side with her pile of fruits.
I also assume that you maybe saw bits and pieces of things, Ichika.
But I've been trying to ignore those dreams for some time, but it seems that, well, I maybe won't have to. Maybe I'll be able to go away now. Yes, this fight's not mine, but I'll be there.
It's appreciated either way.
Very much so.
Because that's why I approached you, Gianna, is even if we might both be masters in this, we're not enemies.
No, I was going to say at the very least, can we, discuss if by some God-given grace for the last two, do some rock, paper, scissors, or, not go toe-to-toe with each other, because I'd probably lose if it was me and you.
I mean, I feel like it can be a fair discussion. At terms, once we have a little bit more context on what's going on.
Yeah. That whole
I-
speech it gave.
Say of the best case scenario for you is we find a different way to fulfill my wish.
Hmm.
Because I respect yours, but the value of the world versus one person.
Hmm.
Not hard
Yeah.
to know where I stand, at least.
She's very talented. She could be the key to everything.
Edmund will just close his eyes, give a smile and a nod. She takes a sip of water. Either way, until things properly get started, I don't think too much has changed.
No. We still have a job to do. Be pointless to stab each other in the back anyways.
Yeah. To be fair, I feel like several people we've talked to will be much faster at that compared to either of us.
Yeah, that's the truth.
I give the contractor about 20 minutes upon realizing we're both masters.
Probably already knows if I had to hazard a guess. Or if he doesn't know us specifically, he knows somebody in the group is.
And that's what we can rely on. And the rest are as notable or recognizable as others, at least as far as the contractor goes.
Mhm.
We'll both get through this as much as it talked about risking death. I at least intend to try to minimize it.
I've almost died several times at that point, so
I
risking
can't
death in
say.
my...
I can't say. Depending on who decides to fight us, what kind of option that will be.
Well, and I guess it'll be based on how we meet. There's at least one person at that party I wouldn't mind dealing with.
Oh,
Just from first glances among all those, I can't say many of them would likely give up just from losing.
all I ask is that we do kill Tobias by the end of it. That's my only request.
But I'll just say I'm rather hopeful of killing that man being the answer to my problem.
It won't, but it'll make me feel a lot better.
Can't say there'd any be one that would find that distasteful.
I would hope not, then we'd have a problem.
I'll leave you be for now, but I want to at least confirm that was real enough.
Real as it can be. And nothing has changed.
Gonna give another nod before getting up to just go find another place to sit and relax for the morning.
You would, after some time, join up as a group once more, since you all had agreed to take Robin's offer at least for a moment, or at least just so that you can get a ferry to the next island. This is a question more so to Oliver than anyone else. Would you like to go get your thing before talking to Robin or after?
He'd probably avoid talking to Robin if needed. He would
I mean, meeting with
arrive.
Robin.
Oh, he'd probably do that before.
Okay.
Also probably take Jackson along because he wanted to do things.
Mm-hmm. You follow the address that the contractor had sended your way, and you find it in a reserved. Oh god, there's an ad playing in the playlist. Oh
no!
Yucky.
Okay.
Agony.
You find it in a quaint warehouse. There's some movement around. It isn't like completely shady. It's slightly shady. And the doors are open. You watch as one person walks in, then out, with carrying things, depositing things. It's still functioning as a proper warehouse. And no, it's not the type of people that turn into houses at full moon.
Okay. So Oliver will just walk in
Yes. As you two walk in, you see that they are trying to blend in, but they are a little bit. They stand out a little bit. The contractor with their clothing, and the fact that they carry a big fucking gun on their back.
Yeah, kind of hard to miss that.
And you see that by their side, almost as if in a glass case like those of museums. Beside him is the reliquary. It has, it isn't completely a circle. You, as you come closer, you see that it's actually, it has planes to it. It has some. It's not smooth all around. It's, you would guess that it has around 12 sides to it. But I don't. A dodecahedron is the 12 or is it the 20? I don't remember.
It's a dodecahedron news.
Yes. It has gold etchings all over it. The color of the non-golden parts is a deep green, a deep jade green. And it has handles on both sides that are also made of gold. And it stands in this beautiful glass case. The faint light that comes through the rooftop. I forgot the name of those rooftop windows.
The skylight?
The skylight. It hits both the glass casing and the gold etchings on it beautifully. I assume that you have a backpack. It
Yes.
will be kind of wonky inside the backpack, but it's doable.
Got it. Oliver smiles, nice and wide. Kind of like I don't know. The eyes don't match the smile, but he is sort of happy. And he will shake the contractor's hand. Hey, thank you for keeping up your side of the bargain.
You kept your side as well. You helped me defeat Burgeon. That was enough.
And I suppose our business is concluded here.
For now, have you made any further progress?
Not since your last sending. We'll actually be meeting with the church member soon.
He nods.
And heading off to the other island like I told you.
If at any point you find Mr. Woodrow, tell him to return my sendings.
Oh, trouble in paradise.
Sometimes he goes outside of the radar, investigate.
I see. I'll be sure to tell him.
Which? I forgot that I can check that without asking, which makes it more ominous. Oliver and Jackson. Oh God, Jackson.
No.
Oliver, you watch as you are face to face with him. The eye that has a monocle on it. The light hits the monocle in a certain angle, like a cloud passed by, and you see that the eye behind it changed color for a bit and then returned.
Ooh, I know what he did, but I'm pretty sure Oliver doesn't.
Motherfucker.
I need to roll a thing. Yep. Okay, that's good. That's an interesting. Yes.
Did I roll Arcana?
Sure.
Sure.
Used stands Undertale.
Was that a sure?
Yes. Go ahead.
I will use inspiration.
Go ahead.
That's fair.
22.
And I'm so glad that I did.
You would have got the
Yes.
inspiration back though.
Yeah. You're not quite sure of what exactly he did, but it's looks like some sort of scanning, some sort of detecting. But it's
I could
not,
tell what.
it's not detect magic, but it's something similar to it.
What was he? Was he looking at me when that happened, or was it someone else in the store?
He was looking at Jackson.
At Jackson? Okay. Good to know.
He was looking at. It's not just at Jackson, at you and Jackson.
At both of us?
Yes.
Okay.
Here's an interesting question.
Yes.
Would Jackson be pinged? Because
Who
he's technically
knows?
not supplying energy to a servant, unless he is, and in which case, oh fuck me. But
You don't need to supply energy to a servant to be a master.
I think it's where we can detect master using clairvoyance, though.
Yep.
it just says on clairvoyance in the last bit, as long as they're supplying magical energy to a servant.
It's like your master without any of that, but for clairvoyance to work, you're detecting not that they're a master, but that man is flowing between you and the servant.
Mm-hmm.
Complicated stuff.
Jackson's
Anyway,
case is
carry on.
slightly special, but yes.
I figured. But
I'm special.
Here's Bijou.
trying to keep my boy safe as much as possible, okay.
You know that's not gonna happen.
I'm trying, I'm sorry.
Not when Jackson himself's not a help.
Yeah.
And not when the rolls at 27.
Uh-huh.
Well, fuck you then.
Perfectly normal.
But yes, the contractor turns his full attention to Oliver once more. If you require any sort of assistance, know that until the war has started and until your contract is done, you may call upon me if need be, but know that it may reduce your pay.
Very much obliged. How do we reach you? Wait, out of character, do we actually know how to cast sending?
Jackson does.
Oh, okay. Then never
Is
mind
this
the
a-
question.
Is this a company store type deal?
It seems like a more of a general warehouse that people from different companies are using it as temporary storage for now. And he will remove the glass casing from the reliquary. Be careful not to get it scratched or stolen. And please don't break it.
Are you kidding me? Oliver, probably, he probably has a handkerchief or something inside of his backpack. He does pull it out and handles with care. He's got very steady hands as a doctor, so he knows how to treat things with care.
He will then place the glass casing back, and he kind of waves his hand over the glass casing, and it shimmers for a moment,
Mm-hmm.
and in its place you see a ore, like ones that you use to row boats, and that he's just holding on to it.
I'm sorry, say it again?
You know those things that you use to row boats, an oar?
Yes.
He's just holding on to it now. The whole pedestal where it was just vanished and turned into an oar.
Oh, okay. That was weird. I'm not sure if I followed the description or not. Like, so basically the pedestal this thing was on just turned into like a rowing oar?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Guys.
Yeah, he just kind of made it more usable.
Got it. Will you be joining us on the other island?
He just kind of blinks. If it is necessary, you can call on me. But I will
Okay.
be nearby.
He's asking because, you know, he has the oar. It's like, are you planning to row to the other island?
Oh, he just kind of
But-
looks at it, looks back at you. Funny.
Right then. So, yeah, we'll give you a call if we get into trouble. Right then. So
He
we'll be on our way.
nods and turns around and walks away.
Yep. Awkward. Okay, moving along. Jackson, let's get the
Bye,
hell out.
Dad.
Bye, Dad. He's surely your lost, forgotten dad.
For this to be so awkward, he surely must be my father.
Or at least legal guardian, one of the two.
Oh, one of the two.
Right. So,
At least he understood our lingo.
yeah, that was awkward. I need to get out of this place. It's giving me anxiety.
Mm.
How about we get you to that meeting so we're not late for the meeting with what's her face?
Yes. Her face must not be kept waiting.
Yes. So I guess they head outside. There's plenty of ocean.
Yes.
We find a secluded spot.
Plenty of sea in the fish.
Plenty of sea in the sea. Yes, sure. You find one that is over a rock. So there's just a rock in between you and the rest of the people. And you create the little vortex of water that turns into a female shape as the lady of the lake presents themselves. This time alone.
What was that?
This time alone.
Yes. My lady, sorry for disturbing you, but Jackson had something he wanted to ask you.
They smile. Almost a knowing smile.
They really know how to do this. But he'll sort of get to the edge of the lake,
The
And-
lake. The sea.
the sea, and take a knee. And I was wondering if there is any way that I could earn your favor and your blessing, my lady.
Are you speaking to her, looking at her, or are you just looking down at the water?
I'm looking like down at her, where her feet would be.
Okay. Oliver watches the lady of the lake smiles. When your kind recall tales of those they call fairies, it's normally the fairy that chooses the night. And then, since Oliver is the one that can see her, she says this looking at you, Oliver. However, since your experiences are so different from those of fairy tales, I think it could be quite interesting to see a knight seek my help. One was supposed to do that quite a while ago. It seems that you've kept us waiting. And then they, Oliver, you watch as from their arm, a watery sword is formed, and they place it gently on top of Jackson's head. Not in the same way that she knighted you, but she just gently places it. Jackson, you feel on the top of your head a pressure, almost as if a solid object is placed upon your head, not a wet and liquid one. What is it that you seek me for?
I wish to rid us of the one who haunts me.
Child, what do you require of me?
I find myself caught between a sort of clash of gods, almost. And I am nothing but a man. I cannot hope to fight these things alone.
Something so great that you require aid? Or do you call for help because you feel as if you alone not enough?
Both.
You require strength to fulfill the task. Or do you come to me seeking aid?
GM, I'm not
Yes.
sure what the question means.
You're not supposed to get it 100%.
Does Oliver see Jackson struggling with the question?
Sure.
He's been silent for a while.
Yeah.
Jackson, she wants to know if you want her help, for her to intervene directly, or if you're simply asking her for the strength to do what you want to do.
The lady smiles to you, Oliver.
I weak, but I wish to see if I can be the one to take care of my problems for once.
Is what you seek vengeance? Or do you seek to be rid of it?
I seek to be rid of it. Me and all the others it can torment.
You wish then to come to me and ask for strength, for personal strength, be able to deal with your assailant, to remove their influence, and perhaps stop it from spreading to others.
That is my wish. But I cannot achieve it alone.
You're not alone.
You're not alone. I've recently just found family and kinship, those around you. Yet you feel they must carry this burden alone. Why is that?
I'm sorry, I couldn't quite catch that. Can you repeat it?
You've recently just come to the realization that you have family and kinship in those around you. And yet you ask me for the strength to deal with this alone. Why is that?
You know that my kin wouldn't hesitate to fight alongside me. And it will probably be so. But I do not wish to only burden them with my existence.
Oliver smiles and says, "You're acting like you have a choice."
True enough, I suppose. But the point stands. The road is long and treacherous, and we are ill prepared. Cannot fight something that I keep having to rely on.
I think the
If-
first step would be to understand where it draws its power, so we can cut it off at the root.
Yes. But I have no doubts it'll try to squash me on my way there. I feel its grip around my soul, tightening on every defiant act.
That's good.
My lady,
The sword is removed from the top of your head and placed beneath your chin, raising your head. You say that you cannot fight. This that grants you this necessary strength. But tell me, for I have seen through your kin that you do not hesitate in using the power that it grants you. Why?
if I am cursed to walk the land as I am, with this burden on my back, I wish that its power could be used for good. If at the cost of my own.
It loses its qualities if the
It
one
loses its charm.
loses its charm. The one who does it because they think less of themselves. You were not born to save the world from your curse. You were born to save yourself from it. You were not born with its venom in your vein.
It is as you say. Perhaps I think myself lesser than those who I try to save. But if my destiny was truly not to rid the world of this, would that also not be thinking low of myself?
To aspire for greatness is not to think less of yourself, but to throw you away just to try to reach it. Yes. Your existence is more important than reading than the destroying this presence. You will
But is
be
it
able.
wrong to wish it?
Go ahead.
But is it wrong to wish it?
It's not. It is not correct to throw yourself away for a thing that you wish. Thus, the sword is placed on the hand that the dark markings have been appeared. If you have the chance to reach the end of this ritual, be granted a wish. Do not throw yourself.
My lady, I fear that if I do not change things as they are, the wish will not be granted to me.
And do you come to me to ask for the strength to make the right decision?
Yes. I ask that you guide my blade.
The lady smiles. The sword is from the hand placed on your right shoulder. Then you may rise. Not yet as a fully fledged knight, but as a squire, grandiose dreams and desire. What more could a fair want? Blade disperses into water, but it doesn't wet your clothes. Lady turns to Oliver. Protect your kin as you have done before. And now, knight, guide this squire in the correct path.
I will do so to the best of my ability.
The lady smiles, splashes back into water.
Did anything happen to his command seals, or are they
Nope.
still black?
Do I feel any different?
Nope.
You have to get the paperwork and everything done. It's not a smooth transition.
Oh no! Forms in triplicate! Not again!
Gotta get that level up.
He turns to Jackson and says, "Before we return, I'm not sure if you noticed back at the warehouse, but I need you to have not 2 but 4 eyes about you when you're near the contractor. Not entirely sure what he was up to or if he found what he was looking for, but I had a dream. How much do I remember the dream?
Yes.
I had a dream last night, and I don't think it's any coincidence that the contractor was looking at us funny, trying to see if he could find something. He says, pointing at the back of your hand.
Well, he doesn't have to look far.
I don't know as of yet if he found anything. Yours are different than I would assume Gianna and Edmund, if the dream went as it... I haven't talked to them, but I have a feeling it's the three of you.
Maybe. We'll see if they find out. Lately it seems as if these things hang in the air around me. I feel sick, Oliver. I feel infected with some dark purpose. I don't know what yet, but it can't be anything good.
Your only purpose is your own, not those that have been thrust upon you. And you always have the choice.
If only it was so easy to keep control of myself. You know what I'm talking about.
I do. And she did raise a good point, didn't she? Never thought much of it myself, but perhaps if you showed a bit more restraint.
I will try. If that's what she wishes of me.
I don't know if that's what she wishes of you, but the more you invoke this thing's power, I would assume the more of a hold it has on you. Power in exchange for your complicity.
Yes. Well, there's sense sulking on it. Shall we go?
Let's.
And off we go, my lord.
Oh, please don't start with that crap. Alright, they head back to the party
Yes.
and find a drink somewhere, because I think Jackson needs one.
Oh, he needs several.
Jackson probably has them.
But it's not good to drink on the job.
Well, you're not on the job, you're just getting on a boat to go to the job.
Can I sober up before I'm on the clock?
When are you on the clock?
Just a sip. Just a sip.
We'll just keep it between us.
Just a little sippy.
As long as I don't drive, I'll be okay.
Just a sip downs the entire bottle.
Just
At
one
once.
sip. It was one sip.
One single glug glug.
Look, 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 look.
Just said only one cup is okay.
I mean, just jaw.
The group find themselves near the docks. The actual part of the docks where the ships dock. And Robin is talking to a Greek sailor who is standing beside a ship that would be third of the size of the Arago. It's still clearly like a touristy ship that just takes them round the islands since they are also close together. But it seems that Robin and this older gentleman know each other for a while. It's not something that they just procure the ship immediately. And as they notice your approach, Robin would raise a hand so that both parties are aware that they see each other.
All right, Gianna, you're up.
Oh. It's too early for this. Okay. She gotta slap her cheeks and put on a big smile and start walking forward.
As you approach, Robin nods to the older gentleman as they head to the boat. And they turn to you and say, "Good morning, Gianna. Seems that you slept well."
That's one way to put it. Yes. Had a lovely dream.
They cock their head to look past you to the rest of the group. Is everyone ready?
She'll herd and look at everybody getting their confirmation. I believe so.
Panikos here is ready to take us whenever we are ready. The trip won't take more than half an hour.
It's not so bad. And off we go.
And off you go. The ship doesn't have like rooms and stuff. It's just the main area is just rows of chairs, and not chairs, but like benches that people just sit in them and look at the windows and to the outside to enjoy the vista as they travel from one island to the other. Sir Panikos isn't very talkative. He's just there to do his job. And Robin doesn't strike up any conversation. Sees that you're all kind of in your own heads and proceeds to keep it that way.
Is there any way I could strike up conversation with Robin?
Yes, they're there, just sitting right beside all of you.
He will try to get beside her for a while.
Mm-hmm.
And quietly, stay quiet for a little. And while still looking out at the vista, he will say, I believe we've got off on the wrong foot.
Perhaps. Are you here to apologize? That would be new for a mage.
I suppose it would. Yes, I am.
They are visibly shocked for a moment. Oh. Okay.
I don't know how to say this. Call it what you wish. I don't suppose it makes much difference. But I was hoping I could prove myself again today. Or at least try.
Prove yourself to me?
Does it matter?
They poke your overcoat. I think this thing here matters to me more than if you prove yourself.
It's not that thing. That's not what you're looking for. How I wish it was as simple as that. No. Alas, no. I have been chosen, cursed, to walk the world like this. If I renounce it, it'll choose another. If I seclude myself in the deepest and darkest of basements, never to come out again, it will choose another. If I die, it will choose another. So I will carry this burden until I discover how to rid us of it. That is all.
So then yesterday.
I've had more time to think than yesterday, he says with a smile.
That's better, I think. And
And the truth.
at that, there is a honk honk as
A boat honk honk?
a boat honk honk as Panicos announces your arrival. You arrive at port of Marpisa. Seems Paros is on the other side of the island. The port that is closer to Naxos is the port of Marpisa. The town isn't that big. It's much smaller than Naxos was. You were able to find in Marpisa that it seems to be a town that is much closer to Tino's in size. It has like main buildings instead of multiples of the same building. So it has clearly like that is the town's hospital, the town's church, the town's inn. As opposed to Naxos, which was much more about tourism. Marpisa seems to be just a place where people arrive when reaching the island, and there is a service of riding carriages that will get you to further inside the island and to Paros on the other side. But as it was said before, even here in this smaller town, there is a heavy number of policemen around. They are all equipped with the adequate 1930s equipment. I have no clue what it is. Some sort of gunpowder weapon.
1930s?
1930s.
Probably war surplus.
Actually, yes. It would be something more akin to warring equipment than just policemen, and that's a thing that immediately strikes it as I think you had gotten the info that the island of Paros was slightly more militarized than necessary for some reason.
Yes.
The aliens.
Would Oliver know?
What would you know?
Would he know why it's more militarized, I guess?
Oh no, this seems to be a recent development. that you
Ah.
had gotten. I think when Woodrow was debriefing you all on the islands, he said that Paros seems to have gotten increasingly more personnel and equipment, which is
Hmm.
much unnecessary for the size of the island.
For the demons.
Yeah, that was Woodrow's thought, that they're getting militarized because they see a threat somewhere. But yes, after you depart, Robin pays Panicos and sends him on his way. They turn to the group, say, I decided not to bring my car here because of mostly the lack of proper roads for cars, but also because I think it will be better to keep a low profile. I am not one to engage the enemy as you do. I will simply go from church to church, seeing if there is any need of my expertise. However, I do have a contact at Paros. I would be interested in hearing from you. You may know them as a little blue bird.
Blue bird.
Yes.
Are they talking about Woodrow?
Yes.
Okay.
Oliver,
I didn't know
you're
what
the
type
only
of
one
bird
who
he was.
sees
I knew it was
this.
a bird.
It's
I think it's about time that I raised my intelligence by 1 point.
Just take it from me, because apparently I don't know what the hell I'm talking about.
it's because whenever he shows up and he's not a person, he's a bluebird.
Mm-hmm.
That's right.
Oliver, you swear you're here, little owl goose.
Wait, what?
You swear you hear little owl noises coming from somewhere.
Burb.
When she says bluebird,
Burb, you do not attack that bluebird. It will end you. Right. So now that we got all that out of the way, where to? He says, tapping his foot on the floor impatiently.
Guess we
Would
head
you
to
like
Paros.
to go immediately to Paros, or would you like to do your own sort of, I don't know, investigating?
Oh, that was aimed at Robin. Like, he thought she had something lined up for them or some such.
Oh yes, that was Robin answering you.
Oh, I'm sorry. Can you say it again?
Do you want to just go to Paros, or would you like to do some investigating? I don't know how you all work.
Well, I mean, what's been going on here? What do you know?
They just side-eye the guards.
Do you want to go somewhere private?
Also that, yes.
Okay, then lead the way.
They lead you off to just out on the outskirts of town, following the coast. To more, in the same vein that you just summoned the Lady of the Lake in a reserved area. That's what she's doing. They're doing. They speak up. You clearly saw the presence of civilians, or at least, no, not civilians, that would be the correct term, but non-mages.
Muggles. I'm kidding.
non-mages that seem to be on edge, or at least far more prepared than what their work requires.
Yes.
That is some serious gear, yes.
This was mentioned to us before, yes. This particular island was having some issues.
Good. We are not 100% sure of why.
Ah.
My little blue bird friend has a hypothesis that the mayor of Paros is somehow aware of what happens at Antiparos. And that he may or may not be preparing some sort of attack. We hope it's not the case.
On the entire island?
Yeah, that's why we hope it's not the case.
Well, they'd be massacred.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
and they wouldn't even see them.
Jackson bites his tongue not to say, like the church would do.
He should say that, actually.
We, while investigating why is beyond both mine and your pay grade,
But
we know that there is some sort of, you can call it leaking from Antiparos to Paros. It seems that whatever sort of demonic presence inside Antiparos is either slowly trying to reach out, or there are some rebels among their ranks that don't like the confinement. It seems that they be spreading towards here.
Hmm.
And that's where you enter. To seem to handle fighting the things much more proficiently than just removing them from inside a body.
Yes.
Question.
Yes?
You said it took us like 30 minutes to get from Naxos to Mapisa, right?
Yeah, something like that.
So assuming we were on the opposite end of Paros, would we be able to basically see the other island?
Oh, yes.
Is there a map, by the way?
Yes.
Is he already shared?
Oh, it
Sure.
didn't load for me. Oh, there it is. Okay, cool.
Yes, you would be able to, from one island, see the others. However,
Okay.
this is a thing that you would have noticed from the port of Naxos. You can't see
Antiparos,
Antiparos.
right?
You can't see
Oh,
the
yeah.
island.
is it fog or is it just gone?
There's no island. You know where it's
What the
supposed
fuck?
to be, but it's not there.
Looks like there's just ocean there.
Yeah.
What the
Oliver's jaw drops. And he does one of those like
That's
gasp.
yeah. That was kind of expected, since Woodrow had said that there's some sort of bounded field protecting the island.
That's a big
entire island.
It's not that big, come on.
Oh, that's not where I was going with that. I thought that the
Virgin's
island.
bounded field was one castle.
I honestly thought that that Antiparos had made its way over to the other side.
Oh no.
Never mind the bounded
You
field.
try
But
to
that's
see
where my
the
brain was
island, but it
going.
runs away.
He runs away.
I thought that like with things spilling over into our world, that Antiparos had spilled into their world.
Oh god.
That'd be funny.
That's what I thought happened, and that's why I was like, oh shit, and I'm supposed to go meet someone over there.
Oh no, where did he go?
Like, are we gonna have to go to Fairyland?
Yes, die.
I had a date, damn it.
Okay, so never mind. Oliver does not have that reaction. I have two questions for you,
Is it for me or is it for Robin?
Robin.
Okay.
Do you know about Woodrow's whereabouts?
just said they were in, or they said they were in Paros.
Yes, they are in
Oh,
Paros.
so on this island, but you don't know where specifically.
Oh, I
in
know.
the city
I'm
of
going to
Paros.
meet them. I'm
Oh,
bringing
okay.
you all to meet them.
Oh, fantastic. Okay, second thing. Do you know of a courier in town?
You need to send a pigeon?
I need to send a message.
Sure. Not here, but in Paros there is one.
Oh, very good. I'll make a stop there.
But yes, Woodrow, since he has the very, very practical ability of flight, has gone into Antiparos, and he is not allowed to stay there for long. He's quite more how can I say this? It's easier for the things there to spot him than it should. So he can't really spend that much time there. And he also noticed that the island seems to be protected, not only with the bounded field, but physically by something in the waters. Not that he would test it, but yes.
By protected, do you mean a barrier or actually
Like
protecting?
Leviathan.
We're
By
not
the what?
talking biblical monsters here, but yes, something is inside the waters.
I see.
Something in the water.
Never can be easy, can it?
No.
Oh no, it needs to be fun.
No.
Not the idea I'd have a fun, but yes.
Yeah.
So once we reach Woodrow, he can explain properly. But the idea is that you help citizens of the island whenever quote-unquote army that is being put up isn't doing their job because, well, they simply can't.
It's just all the time. Okay.
Have you heard anything from Tinos?
Tinos? No. I came here with the Argo, and during my stop at Tino's, I just spent the whole time inside the ship. I have no clue what goes on at Tino's.
Noted.
Have you
Woodrow
ever seen something?
possibly knows. He travels around a lot.
Who? I'm sorry. I know Jackson wanted to say something. That's why I was keeping quiet. But who?
Woodrow?
Oh, Wood. Okay,
Ooh.
got it.
Have you ever seen something on this scale before?
No. I work with personal cases. That's the job of exorcists. We work with specific people that have been targeted by demonic possession. It's never a thing where the demons are organized. So most, if not all, demonic possessions are randomized. So to have this is way beyond my scope. Don't
Yet there are
expect-
not enough hands to go around.
Don't expect any exorcists around here. You may find executors or searching for things like Woodrow. He's always searching for things. That's literally his job. But yes.
Is there any... Do you have any idea of who we might expect as a presence from the church?
From the church.
Be it executor or otherwise.
Oh, a while ago, a group of mercenaries, the ex-church members, ex-Mages Association members were called upon by your own contractor to try to deal with the problem, but they never returned. So if they are still around, they are probably here somewhere.
Figures.
He contacted us. Yeah.
I don't know why your contractor is so interested in this, in resolving the situation. But he is. You're not the first ones to be contracted. But you are the ones making the more... You're making the news, I would say.
Glad to know we've built a reputation around us.
Oh yes. Especially after you left Tanner to basically die.
Is he still alive?
Oh, he is. And he's pissed.
When is he ever not?
When he's doing his job.
True enough, I suppose.
He built a reputation as well. But, you know, the church wasn't very kind on him taking help.
To his credit, he did try on his own. Failed, but he tried.
It's true.
He tried very hard.
Unfortunately for the church, trying a thing that the executors can do, that's more reserved to my host. They just do 2 thumbs up, pointing to themselves.
More of a
We are the
challenge.
ones that try and mostly don't succeed. What was it, Jonah?
It's more of die trying than normal trying.
Oh, yes. So the fact that he lived, kind of bad for him. They kept their pants almost as if to end the conversation and just say, well, shall we?
Would maybe like to snoop around here for a little bit, but we don't have to do that. We could probably do whatever I want to do in Paros.
I don't think there's much to find out that we don't already know.
No,
I think the sooner we get to Woodrow, the better.
Probably.
Agreed. The sooner we get to Woodrow, the sooner I can leave you all. Smiles.
Well, for once we agree on something.
Jesus
Now,
Christ.
Before we get back into the site of all the peoples, I'm gonna cast Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. You walk along the coast to reach Paros. Robin, even though being accompanied by all of you, says that it would be better to go through the coast, as you can see more I don't know how to speak words, but more
Desert?
lived-in areas. So you can get a notion of just how much presence, military presence, there is in the island. And yeah, after you walk north for a bit, you can see that there are smaller ships going up and down the coast, and smaller military ships going up and down the coast. They seem to be looking out for something. Binoculars. You pass by a smaller village that isn't any of the named ones. And even so, even in a village of maybe 30 homes, there's police on the streets. They all seem slightly uneasy. There's,
Around us or in general?
in general, there is no side of like any sort of disrespect or brutality, but they all seem on the edge. And continuing forward, you pass by the town of Naosa, and you see once again the heavier presence. You can even see that the roads that lead into town, they are almost doing gate duty of checking people when they enter and when they leave. You don't actually go in the town, just pass by it. You can see that it's slightly bigger than Marpisa, but still not anything near the size of Naxos. You see that the more naval military presence seems to be located here, as there are more ships and boats with guns and with military personnel on them. And as you finish your journey to Paros, it would be around midday. You see that the town is slightly bigger. It's closer to what Mykonos was. You see that the military personnel seem to gather around a specific restaurant since it's lunchtime, and that makes it so that the rest of the civilians avoid that area. So you just see like a group of uniformed soldiers, and then a couple blocks later there's citizens again.
GM,
Yes.
do I notice any ghosts of the recently departed variety?
That question will never be a no. There's always some of them around.
Well, I guess ones that look like they're... I don't know how to describe it. You know how well, this is fiction, but there are ghosts that have been ghosts for a long time.
Yes.
And then there are ghosts that like just passed away due to something that like, I don't know, like a unnatural. I don't know if that's something Oliver would probably have an eye out for.
Are any of the ghosts acting fucking weird as shit? Like,
Yeah, basically.
All by a demon, perhaps.
Fucking, are there any crackhead ghosts around?
Is there
I
a
mean,
ghost missing half its
The
torso?
crackhead ghosts are by far the scariest because they jump scare you. Usually they're frightening.
They will run at you. Make a perception check then.
Okay. Nope.
A 10.
Oh.
During your travel, you didn't see anything special about the ghosts, but when you reach Paros, and it's a bigger town than both the ones you passed through combined, you do see that while you're passing through an alleyway, that almost as if still not completely sure that they are dead, a ghost stands sitting against the wall in the alleyway with their hands raised up towards you as if begging for money. But you see that the upper part of the torso is detached from the lower part of the torso.
Ah!
with just the middle part of the torso, the stomach is just completely destroyed.
Oliver kind of retches a little bit as he sees it, but tries to conceal it. He takes out a coin, but doesn't give it to them yet. He will walk over to them, assuming he doesn't get left behind by everybody. He's just gonna go on a side quest. What might your name be?
The ghost looks up at you and says, Paros.
Carolus, what's the last thing you remember?
He just looks at you funny. Are you gonna give me money?
Sure. He holds out the coin and on his palm. He doesn't like put it into his hand, he kind of puts it out so that he can grab it.
Mm-hmm. He goes to grab it. Doesn't grab it because it goes through his hand. It looks at his hand, looks at you. The fuck you mean? He tries again. Here. Stop fucking with me.
I'm not.
Scratch, scratch, scratch.
Very important that you remember.
You're gonna give me the coin if I remember? You're gonna stop fucking with me?
Oliver puts the coin on the floor for him.
Grabs that floor. Nothing happens. Hands go slightly through floor. Ah, the fuck? Am I dead?
Oliver just kind of looks at him quietly.
He looks down. You can clearly see shock in his face.
It's okay.
Fuck you mean it's okay? It's missing.
I'm sorry, I shouldn't laugh. Oliver does not laugh. Something happened to you, and you can help me prevent it from happening to other people. Don't know what it was that happened to you. That's why I was asking you to remember. The reason I say it's going to be okay is because, as you can see, you're still here. It's not the end.
Fuck, man.
Yeah, big fuck. I know.
He's just talking to you while looking down at his missing chest. Yesterday night, I think, I was walking back home, I guess. I think I probably drank too much.
Where were you drinking?
Oh, there's a bar nearby. You take it left at the end of the alleyway. It should be the first building. I was going the other way. Yeah, I was going back. and then I felt something almost like, you know, when you have to take very big shit, just like, oh no, this is happening now. And then I blacked out. I don't know if yes.
Oh my god.
Construct additional pylons.
Yes,
So the last thing I heard, I think I asked him something, and you were gonna say something, and then it went poof.
And then it went poof.
I said, what was it? So the last thing you remember before you blacked out was just wanting to take a really big dump.
He is still looking at his missing chest. Yeah, but you know, like, it's not really just, oh god, I need your shit. It's, you know, when you feel that sharp pain, you're like, oh god, it's here.
Yes.
But now I don't know if it was pain because shit or whatever the fuck did this.
He's dead, Jim.
Possibly.
No?
Jim, is that you?
Jim, I'm here.
Okay. You said possibly, and then radio silence.
Oh, I see. He just
Yeah,
said,
I don't think you had to do number 2.
he's just looking at his stomach, and now I don't need to.
No, you don't need to, and well, he goes and picks up the coin off the floor and pockets it.
Aw, man.
Now you don't. Well, now you don't need that anymore. Money's ugly.
Fuck, why would I even be begging for money? I have a home. Fuck.
Why were you begging for money?
I don't know, it just reflex, I guess.
You have a family, you said?
He stands up, and he's clearly standing up in 2 different pieces. You can see a very faint line connecting the top part to the bottom part. And he's just standing there.
Can I?
Pokes
Go
a
ahead.
hand through the hole. Fuck, man.
I know.
Well, he's taking this a lot better than most people.
He is. Can Oliver roll medicine to? I mean, I'm assuming he looks like what his body did at one point. Can I see what made the severance?
Sure, go ahead.
It was the shit. Have you not been paying attention?
He told you his story. So
It was the shit to end all shits.
Nice.
his stomach exploded. You can see, like, looking at the top part, the bottom part, and kind of
Was it like a laceration, like a sword, or was it like chomp chomp?
you can see that it was
It was a flump.
it wasn't a one-time thing. It wasn't like
Oh,
a
God.
single hit destroyed it, or at least if it was, there would be just absolute destruction in everywhere around this alleyway. But you don't see any traces of anything, of blood, of guts, anywhere in the alleyway. It's just the guy.
Oh shit! His body was taken somewhere.
Um,
Oh, no.
That is also true. You don't see the body. You don't see the guts and blood, but also you don't see the body.
Oliver kind of goes pale as he has that realization, and kind of looks at Robin.
Robin is just, as same with everyone else in the group, is just looking at you like, what the fuck, man?
I think the rest of us are body blocking so that, you know, It doesn't
He
look like our
suddenly
friend is
turns
talking
around the
nothing.
corner and starts talking about shit.
Yeah.
Look, standard procedure of ignoring this happening entirely.
Yes.
This is completely
Oliver
normal.
would probably know whether or not Speak with Dead would yield results, but I'm not sure, so I'm asking GM if it would yield better results than just talking to this guy right now.
It wouldn't change the answer to the question if that's what you want, but you can ask other things.
No, it would be to alter the answer, because maybe it's something that is, I guess, I don't know if a ghost have subconscious, but something that he buried, because I'm sure, like, you know how humans have like the last thing they saw imprinted on their eyes? He kind of wants to use Speak with Dead to see if maybe there's something that he knows, like maybe he saw what it was, but his ghost doesn't know because he's like in shock and still a new ghost. Am I making sense?
Yes, but the answer is no.
Okay.
He continue on your 13th medicine. You can clearly see that it was slashed around.
So like they took their time carving him up.
Maybe, but it looks more like something killed him, and then after it there was the laceration.
Oh. Do I see anything else around him? Bruisey, cutty, bloody?
That would somewhat, you can see that he is somewhat bruised, but it's kind of hard to tell a ghost. You would need the body to do further examination.
Were you with anybody last night?
No, I live alone, man. I lived alone. Oh God, is there a God? What the fuck?
Yeah, there is.
He kind of raises his head from looking at himself. The fuck do I do now?
Oh, you're still here for a reason. Probably well, I can help you get to where you need to go.
Sure, I guess. I don't know why. I don't know how I'm walking, but I can.
You're technically not. I think the thing that was tethering you here was because you were still... I don't know. Why were you begging on the streets for money?
It was... I don't know. I had...
You wanted more booze?
No, I had to live off street money for a while, but now it's fine. I guess it was just a relapse.
So you just went back to the thing that was most familiar to you?
Probably spent a lot of time in the streets.
Maybe he still has to take that shit.
Oh, that was bad. Why'd you say that?
That was
I didn't. Jackson didn't. I did.
great fucking timing. Great delivery.
Oliver kind of tries to do the thing.
You feel the presence of the Lady of the Lake. Jackson, you feel the presence of the Lady of the Lake.
Woo! Yes.
As they approach the ghost, the bisected ghost, and as they do, the ghost kind of gets woozy, and he says, "Fuck, I think the adrenaline is going out. Oh God, oh, I'll see you on the other side, man." And he just falls back into the
See ya.
arms of the Lady of the Lake as they both vanish.
You'll be alright, kid.
So he was a crackhead ghost.
Wait, you saw him?
No.
No.
That depends. Did he have ghost vision on at the moment?
No.
Some of the color kind of returns to his face from that one realization. And he turns to Robin.
Robin
really-
is just both eyebrows raised, trying to make sense of anything that just happened.
I really hate asking you for anything, but
Oh,
there was a murder here last night. And I think the victim may have been used in a ritual of some sort. Have you heard of any demonic rituals where an unsuspecting victim is killed and then chopped in half?
Eyebrows raise ungodly amounts. The fuck?
Do I know anything about that? Since she's gonna be in shock for trying to figure that out.
I mean, sure, you can roll like religion or arcana.
I'd like to
Arcana
think
is-
like everyone knows Oliver's gonna do this. Everyone's like, okay, battle stations, everyone, time to body
Nope.
block. And Robin's just standing there fucking
What
flabbergasted.
the fuck is going on? Why are you talking about shit? Robin just like blinks for a moment. Sure. There's nothing specific comes to mind, but some demons, once they take hold and, actually are here, not just using a host, they can do all kinds of weird shit. I don't know, man. Blood rituals, necromancy, I guess. They can probably use the body to bring out other demons. That's wool.
This man was a beggar, and he had recently gotten his life back together. From what I could tell, he was drinking last night, and I think he may have been poisoned. He was somewhat bruised. He was complaining about his stomach, and I was noticing that the lacerations on his
What
torso.
man?
had-
Who?
Sweetheart, I need you to follow me for a second, okay? I need you to put aside the disbelief. I mean, you believe in the little man that sits on a throne in the sky. So, I see ghosts, okay?
No, okay. You just gotta tell me that.
Okay. So, try to follow me here. I saw a ghost. I had a chat with him while you were
that was
being
it. Okay.
Yes, correct. I'm trying to you asked us to do some investigating, so I did some investigating. And this ghost, okay, died last night. I believe he was poisoned. He was complaining about his stomach, but it very well may have been the fact that he was sliced in two at the torso. Now, it wasn't done in one clean swoop. It looked like it was done, several slices
Oh, God.
to remove his torso, so they took their time with him. But I was able to tell, because I am also a doctor, that he died prior to being cut open. So whoever killed him wanted to cut him open for some reason or other, and we need to figure out why.
Did it look
Was
like
it-
a dead apostle kind of thing?
I was
Was it
going to say
lacerations or
that.
more like bite?
Not necessarily bite, but maybe they just enjoyed themselves so much that there's nothing left.
Yikes.
Dead apostles again.
So, the question is, he was at the bar last night. Do we want to investigate his house before we head to Paros, or...
You're already at Paros. You just
Oh,
haven't
I
met
thought we were
Woodrow.
still at Nelsa, I'm sorry.
No, you just haven't met Woodrow, but you're in the correct place.
I know where the bar is. He had a house. He said he lived by himself, mostly kept to himself. He used to be a beggar, so that means the town probably knows who he is.
Probably see Woodrow first.
Yes. Also
maybe he'll
that.
have maybe he'll have the answers, and then if we don't, and then if we show that there's some mutilating demon, dead apostle, whatever that's just roaming about, he could probably point us to instances or police reports and whatnot.
I mean, if there also was a ritual of some sort, it maybe happened at his house. Probably best to talk to Woodrow before going there.
Sounds like a plan.
Yep.
Oliver took that a lot better than I thought he would. Usually he'd be... Well, he's gotten used to it over the... How long has it been since he met all of you?
Like 2 weeks.
It's around a month, I think.
He's gotten a lot better about the seeing ghosts and not having them jump scare him.
I found it!
Uh-oh.
I found it!
Uh.
This needle. I've been searching for it for fucking months. It was stuck to it was magnetized onto another piece of metal.
Good. That's how normally things go, yes. My story. Story starting. Wait, I didn't? Fuck, I didn't. Oh, where's the calendar? God damn it. Oh, yeah. You've all met on the 15th of December. It's now the 29th, so exactly 2 weeks.
Yikes. We've done a lot of growing.
Perhaps.
Yes.
Perhaps D&D
Or at least
time.
Oliver has.
D&D time is a thing.
It's a vibe.
So, Woodrow. To the Woodrow-mobile.
To the Woodrow.
Sounds good to me.
Contrary to your belief, Robin does not bring you to a church.
Oh.
They take you out to a park. It's not that busy, but there are some people around. And on a tree near the center of the park, there's a group of people enjoying the vista of a singular bluebird hanging on the tree.
Does it poop on anyone?
No, Woodrow is far too much of a gentleman to poop on anyone.
Burb's gonna go play with it.
I love burp.
As the owl approaches the bird just scoots to the side so that the owl can sit by.
Yes.
And
Yeah,
people-
we'll sit.
Do you watch as children nearby just go, "Aww," and point at the burbs?
Jackson, when did you meet Burb?
Huh?
When did you meet Burb?
Ah. That is a good story.
Receipt's not
You
showing
know,
the
you've
right
seen me summon him, surely. Haven't you?
Yes.
Would you believe that I actually met him before he was my familiar?
Oh.
It was a nasty day. The kind of day where all that happens is rain all the time and all of the trenches flood and suddenly everything feels soggy and unhappy. I'm sure you know the feeling.
I love the rain. I'm afraid I don't.
He sort of like sighs to himself while looking at you disapprovingly.
Oliver's the type of person that he'll just go outside and get rained on because he likes it.
You see the slight disgust on Jackson's face.
Something
Agree with
cleansing
Jackson.
about it.
I agree with
Huh?
Jackson.
To Oliver, there's something cleansing about the rain. What's that expression from V for Vendetta? God is in the rain.
God is in the rain. Well, it rained so much that, well, I I went to take a shit and got lost in the woods.
Oh,
Yes. And there I saw this bird staring at me in the darkness. I almost shot myself a second time when I saw it. But it just wouldn't go away. And kept following me, and it followed me through the night while I found my way across to the back to where I was supposed to be, back to my post. And it sort of stayed with us. We fed it, well, mostly hardtack, but it seemed to like us, and it stayed for a while. And well, when I had to leave that section of the trench to go to my next mission, he sort of came along, and he refused to go away for a while. I tried to make him, to gently shoo him away, but he just wouldn't leave. And so he's been with me ever since. Of course, he's less vulnerable now than he was then, but that's sort of the gist of it.
oh, thank you for sharing.
That's adorable.
He's
I was
a
always
cute guy, isn't he?
curious,
Um,
especially in his robe.
Yes.
As you all paid attention to this story, Edmund is the only one who would have noticed that at some point you would have been the only people around, and Woodrow would have just unwild shaped himself, and is just sitting at the bench, just patting Burb while waiting
Burb
for you to
seems-
finish the story.
Burp seems kind of sad at losing his bird friend,
Oh,
but he
Aw.
enjoys the pets.
Give Burb a cookie.
and
Woodrow, do you have any cookies?
as you all finish your story time and look to Woodrow just sitting there on the bench, Robin just casually sitting beside him, he says, "Well, good day. It's been a while."
It has.
Good day to you as well.
Good day.
So, you finally made your way here.
Were you expecting us?
Well, I wouldn't have briefed you on the situation if I wasn't. Now that you are here, have you discovered anything interesting these past few days? I am being stuck here, unable to progress my investigations in Paros. Well, I'm not that capable alone, as painful as that be to say, and your assistance will be invigorating.
Good. I don't think we found out much more in Naxos than you already know. Looking to Robin, obviously mentioning the possessions and what have you. Was hoping you would know about ritualistic killings and demons.
Realistic killing? I am not quite sure I follow. Give me anything else?
Yes, and before I forget, the contractor would like to speak with you.
Oh. Oh. I have been avoiding him since the dinner we had at Burgeon's. God bless his hope.
It'll be our little secret then. Moving on, there was a man that died yesterday.
God bless his soul.
Yes. He was killed, but then his body was cut in half at the torso. His body wasn't at the scene, and there wasn't any kind of evidence of a body or blood or struggle or anything. So the body was taken after it was chopped in half.
And how did you came about this information?
He sighs because every time he says this, people look at him like he's crazy. I can see ghosts.
Oh. He kind of starts speaking, stops, looks at Robin. Robin just shrugs. He looks back at the group. Whenever I learn something new about all of you, it's always something weird, isn't it? Yes, go
yeah.
ahead.
Absolutely.
We're an interesting bunch.
Go ahead.
Oh, we were hoping you would go ahead. Do you know anything about demons chopping people in half?
Or any specific murders or killings that have happened here in Paros?
You know, it would be quite difficult to actually reproduce a thing of that scale and size with this many guards around, many policemen. So you said that he was most likely mauled to death?
Not mauled. GM, if I remember your description, you said it happened slowly, but it wasn't like an animal bite. It was like a blade or something, correct?
It was far too...
I understood correctly.
Far too chaotic, the spreading to be a blade.
Oh, so it was like he was mauled to death then.
Yeah.
Okay, and the
But-
mauling happened after he was
Yes.
already dead.
Boonk.
I was just saying he responds yes to the question, that he was mauled to death. Well, that he was mauled after he died.
Oh, so... But they killed the man, but then mauled him. Looks at Robin. Looks back
I
at...
suspect he was poisoned. He was complaining about stomach problems, and that's the last thing he remembers.
If I could throw in my 2 cents.
Go ahead.
Since he was drunk, it might be he was just intoxicated enough where he just didn't notice that there was a large gash in his stomach. And then whatever it was continued to maul him after the fact.
Possible.
That is quite possible.
But either
I've
way,
seen-
it's complete rid of a body, no blood stains, no small chunks, nothing. That's
all.
odd. With this much guard presence, someone should have known. that makes me think this is possibly an inside job. Or whatever it was is very good at covering their tracks, which implies intelligence, which is also a problem.
But yes, as I think that that might not have been the thing that you were sent here to help with. I did not think that seems like a demonic activity. That seems to me more like a dead apostle who is savoring their dinner while the target was killed. I can extrapolate two possible theories. Perhaps a newly risen dead who still isn't unaware of their strength and killed the target faster than they would have expected. Or some sort of sadistic dead that just wished to... Not sadistic, that's not the correct word. A more hedonistic dead that just wanted to enjoy themselves after the target was dead. I'm not quite sure which adjective to use to treat it like this. But demons don't just go digging in a body, they just kill and leave.
I see. So there are two problems on this island.
I mean, we've already dealt with so many dead apostles at this point, they may as well be within our retinue. Woodrow.
Yes.
Also, looking around, is the island shrouded in a similar mist like it was on Tinos?
No. This is a thing that I don't know. I don't know exactly if I have disclosed this information before, but I think it should have been disclosed. After dealing with Burgeon, most of the fog is gone.
Okay. Question, Woodrow. This is a bit out there theory, so stick with me for a moment. The mayor. Have you noticed his patterns at all? Does he parade around the town? Does he largely stick to wherever he resides?
See that Robin has already brought up the theory. The mayor
Clever
was...
girl.
Mayor is someone that is private. They keep to themselves most of the time and spend most of their days just perusing their office and I forgot the name of the thing. The place where the
Office?
not the office, like the
City Hall?
City Hall. Yes, that's the thing. Goddamn. He seems to just most be in his office or the City Hall, and his home, of course.
Is he seen walking outside during the day? I assume so, but
He stops, thinks.
Woodrow?
I'm trying
seems like
very hard to not immediately associate one thing with the other, but I I don't think I can find a memory of him walking during the day. He leaves his home. The sun has not risen. Returns. It's already night.
Correlation does not equal causation.
So that's what I am
But-
trying to tell myself.
But we have also heard from Robin over here that says that the mayor does seem to have some inkling of what is going on. My thought process was this mayor figure has some sort of connection with the magical world, either through drip-fed knowledge or is a creature themselves, and this is at least starting to sound like it's the second. The
He would be
latter.
the perfect propagator for it.
Does he have a secretary?
Yes, he has. It's a young man. Has joined the office this week, I think. The last secretary was. I think they left of their own accord, but no one. They didn't have any family here. So we don't
Where'd they go?
know. I didn't follow them. I think it was necessary at the time.
But you did see them leaving.
Yes.
Okay.
But
I was about to say.
they left
Sudden.
the building. I don't know where they went.
That's
Oh.
now two people that were alone and had no family here that suddenly disappeared within the last week or so. That sounds a little bit like targeted attacks. That's still correlation does not equal causation, but that's just noticing a pattern.
Sure.
That's
If
why I was
he's-
going to suggest that maybe we get a hold of his day planner. Emphasis
If-
on day.
If his secretary has been here only for a week, they probably didn't get to know each other very well. I could replace his secretary for a little while, enough to
And-
get a look at his ledger.
Yes. Yes, that was the idea.
Well, your theory holds some sort of weight and validity. I do not see how a dead apostle would in any way think that increasing personnel would either help them or help them deal with whatever the fuck is going on in Paros.
Maybe it's not helping in the traditional sense of it deals with the problem more of that's free cows to slaughter.
Maybe they're just enforcing his territory.
Possibly.
My main point with which supports your theory is that if they are a newly risen, bitten dead apostle, then maybe deployment of troops wasn't the dead apostles like many years before. And maybe the attack would then have happened because they felt the need, but didn't know how to control their strength properly. So said that the target died before the blood was removed.
Would the troops have been deployed to try to protect the mayor from the dead apostle that turned him?
No, troops have been everywhere.
If it happened a week ago, let's suppose that it happened a week ago, whenever the secretary was moved, the army was already here. It couldn't have been the same. Now, I am not an expert in the area, but I can almost assure you that the secretary that left wasn't dead in any capacity. I haven't been closer eye on the mayor this past few days. My work has been concentrated on demon anti-Paros.
You said you were stuck.
Yes, I seem to have been found out.
Ah,
Whenever I try to approach Antiparos, I am stopped. Either by someone or some sort of creature on the other side that has seen me, or magically. Once before I've tried to reach Antiparos and found myself in Alza.
and what did you learn before you hit the wall?
As I had said before, also just because, just in case the timetable has not been set properly. Y'all met Woodrow and he debriefed you all on the 3 islands 3 days ago.
Oh, I see.
So he hasn't had that much time as well.
Got you.
He said maybe a day or two at most.
Yeah. So he does say, before I hit the wall, I was able to catch a glimpse that I don't know how well you know your geography, or if you had visited Antiparos before, but the island has a very rich cave system. It seems, from what I've seen, that if there is some sort of leadership or some sort of spot where they converge, it is inside these cave systems.
Curious.
The caves are not. They were somewhat explored for tourism, but only the shallow parts. The deeper parts are not something that most people would even dare travel. So if it is something down there, they probably have an alternative passageway. But I have seen multiple demons entering and exiting from caves.
If there was a dead apostle present in the island, do you think it and the demons would trade blows?
Yes.
Really?
If the dead apostle has not been consumed by their hunger, they still should technically be creatures of this world, and creatures that are used by the world to protect it. Yes, I know that may seem strange, but yes, that apostles were produced by the world to protect it and rid it of issues. Sometimes we humans are the issue, but yes.
It may be possessed.
If a dead apostle could be possessed by a demon,
Jesus.
Mm-hmm. That
That's
was
a
the
scary-
question.
That's a scary thought.
I don't think and that Robin speaks up. I've never read about it. Never even heard anyone speak about that.
Probably isn't exactly up for academic discussion. That kind of seems like that's a lost cause at that point.
I would also say anything like that would likely be difficult to pull off, even if one was trying to attempt it.
Improbable, but not impossible.
You'd have to throw the whole island away at this point.
Anything meant to protect the world would, well, prove resistance to problems for it.
That does bring up an interesting academic study. What if somebody possessed was turned into an apostle? What would happen there in that exchange? It'd probably still be the worst case scenario for the apostle, but it's an interesting thought experiment that's later.
I didn't mean to deviate. It was just a thought.
I'm not sure we want to find out.
That's possible.
I guess I'll ask the most pertinent question. You've been here a couple of days before us. Where would you suggest we start?
If you had not presented me with this new information, I would have said to go to the coast near Paros and check if there is any sort of trace, any path that they have been using specifically to reach both Paros and the rest of the cities. However, with this new development, perhaps a bit of murder investigation wouldn't hurt. I am
Alright.
unfortunately not very well equipped to deal with either. I am equipped to finding things, not people.
I think we can handle that.
If I find any more demonic activity or any sort of dead, I will be sure to let you know. I will continue investigating the coast, more specifically near Antiparos. I've been trying some new forms that allow me to have a better sight than movement. Been an interesting development to be able to look at the island without being there. However, getting through the bounded field is still a chore every time.
Does it only give you trouble, or would we have any problems with it?
You would have the same amount of trouble. It's simply a matter of it's very well constructed. Whoever did it is
I have a random
very
question.
knowledgeable. Go ahead.
So, banishment normally just works on people.
You want to banish the bounded field.
Not the bounded field.
Island now.
Not the
Banish
bounded
the
field.
island.
But but the idea was, what if I temporarily banish a person-sized portion of the bounded field to Elfland, and then it comes back at the end of the banishment?
Can I banish a hole through the bounded field?
Yeah,
Well,
like
you can't really
people-sized
choose
hole.
You can only choose what banish or where banish goes to.
Yeah, it's a whole target.
It's
It's
either
more like
the-
just
A demi-plane or back to wherever it came from.
Yeah.
Yeah. so they
Well,
can
it
make it a
doesn't-
void.
It doesn't matter where the like section of bounded field goes, as long as it goes somewhere else.
That said, I feel like the bounded field would just like cover over itself again.
Yeah, it's not a
That's
thing. Also that, but it's not a thing that you can touch.
Yeah.
Right.
What you really want is pass wall.
It's true.
Pass wall can do anything.
Walk up to bounded field with those spy tools that cut glass.
Make hole in field using pass wall.
Don't give me
Don't
ideas.
worry, guys. I've already got that covered with my later Mystic Code. Don't worry. I've thought
Pass wall.
about that.
Wait,
Pass wall is the
you
best
get
spell.
pass wall?
I'm thinking about it.
Thinking about it.
So
It's not a good spell, but it's a fun spell.
It's true.
So, the way Woodrow described it, the bounded field is supposed to make us get lost and put us back to someplace else.
That is one of the things that it can do, yes.
What if we were going really, really fast?
Or not necessarily fast, but you didn't touch the actual boundary. I can teleport some of us.
The teleportation would probably be redirected. I mean,
Possibly. We don't know for sure. That's why I would like to study the bounded field after we
Maybe.
deal with this dead apostle scene. Let's
Ooh,
deal with one small
If we
problem before we deal
know-
with.
if we know where the boundary is, Private Sanctum might be able to do something about it. Because since teleportation is not allowed within it, technically it can't put us back to where it wants us to be.
Well,
So act as a
getting lost is different from.
That's true. If it's a displacement kind of thing,
We can
It
mess
will
around
work,
and try to
but-
figure it out.
Yeah, later.
First thing
That's
is
a later thing.
first thing I did was I was trying to brute force it.
mm,
Well, Woodrow's already done that.
But he's
plenty of times.
But he was Woodrow.
Getting through the bounded field is, or was, not an issue. Thing is that you aren't really sure of where you're going to land, since you can't see the island until you cross the bounded field.
There's a problem.
And also
Is that
yes,
only extend to physical sight? Or is magical sight still game?
I haven't tried.
Because
I do not possess
if-
any sort of magical sight.
if I could locate object, something in the island, we might be able to get through.
I can also locate object technically.
The range is like
1,000 feet?
I think that's look at person. I think look at objects a bit more.
Locate object. I'll look. Boop-a-doo.
I think it's like 3,000
feet.
feet.
No, it's 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet. It's not much, but
That
if
is
it
off the
gets us
coastline.
through the boundary, depends on how close it is to the
Let
island.
me look at.
Would
Been a while
Woodrow
since I
know
looked at it then.
how close the boundary is to the island itself?
Yeah, the problem with
It seems to be quite close, since they seem to have some sort of creature protecting the outside of it.
Mm.
Also,
So we could-
if you for some reason see anyone with a boat try to go to the southern part of the island, please stop them. They will not return.
Ah,
noted.
right.
I wonder. She'll,
Yes.
pull out our camera and look at it. I was able to decipher Robin's ritual, at least to an extent, with this. I wonder if I could do the same with the bounded field. And I might say it was half a dozen steps.
Would you need to see the bounded field for that?
So long as it's within view of the camera, I probably have to be a little bit closer. But within roughly 60 feet of the phenomena.
It might work.
And that one's a bit more edge case, but at the very least that could give us additional arcane side information. I couldn't be able to replicate the bounded field, obviously, but maybe it'll give us insight.
Plan to investigate this murder.
Yeah, let's quell a possible soon-to-be or is dead apostle before it wreaks more havoc. That seems like a good short-term goal.
Way easier to uproot than a demonic infestation.
Yep.
Oh yes, that's for sure.
Just remember, if what Woodrow says is true, then the enemy of our enemy is our friend, and we currently have 2 enemies. So pick your poison. Because once you remove him, he might be what's holding, or she might be what's holding the demons back somewhat.
I
doubt a single fledgling new minted dead apostle could do something, but where there is a dead apostle, there might always be 2.
Yes, that was the main point of bringing up the fact that they were new. If they are new, someone has to have created them, and if someone has created them, there's a dead apostle in this island who is strong enough to ignore the step of creating just dead and can go straight to creating dead apostles.
Like Burgeon. Or worse.
You, not only Burgeon, but he had an underling that you had dealt with as well.
Yes.
That was creating more. So yes, there is something around. If it is truly a dead apostle.
We should take our next steps carefully in any case.
Yes.
Seems like everything's in a careful balance.
And should they come to blows, don't be so eager to interrupt them.
No, the problem with that is if this side comes to blows, they have a human army that they'll send at it, which will be a one-sided slaughter.
That much is true. Things are never
Not
simple, are they?
No, they'd never be fun. Looks towards Robin, a little annoyed.
Smiles.
You think for someone with an easy as objective as get there and kill something, things would be a little bit easier.
Well, when you actually give a damn about things.
If this is all, then I would like to make a request.
Sure.
Jackson, Gianna, and Edmund, you follow me for a bit.
Is this Woodrow or Robin?
Woodrow.
Of course.
Oh no, he knows.
Of course he knows. He's the goddamn overseer.
I know.
We talked about this.
He wasn't supposed to know me.
Yep.
By right of the system, of course he's gonna know, numbnuts.
No.
Don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. He got jumped. He got ganked. What was the last thing that you heard?
Follow me.
The 3 of us follow him.
Okay. As the three of you follow Woodrow in a little bit of a walk through the park, before my internet decides to die again, you will just say, I'm glad that you made the decision. I know it's not an easy one, and I hope that it was a consensual one. He looks at Jackson, squints. Your case is different.
Why
Yes.
is his case different?
If you'd like to enlighten me about it, I would be very much appreciated.
He picks your hand in his and pulls off your glove. Why are they black? Why are there 2 of them? There's supposed to be 3.
You know as much as me. Would you like to leave this for another time?
No. However, I do not have further information to inquire.
Would you like to leave this for another session?
He turns to Edmund and Gianna. You two. You are part of the normal, proper ritual.
Thanks.
Have you decided anything about your participation? Or are you still... Or is this information new?
We were just, well, at least in my case, we just kind of told that if you got a wish, cool, come on, join. And that's the extent of it. We were told that the war won't start until all the servants have been summoned, which I assume at least myself and Edmund have not done so, so we are one of the last ones.
Oh,
and
yes.
then the overseer will ping us over the command seals when the time comes.
Yes, that I will do. Do not expect all of the servants to be summoned until the late next year. One of the participants has been in Japan for a while, as we had discussed at the dinner. I got into contact with them, and yes, it seems that it will be a while before they actually properly summon the servant and come to the fight. So have some time to think. Want to know if you have any strategy in mind, if you have any... Do you know which servant you're going to summon?
Particular yet.
Not specific. There are a few leads that we have, but as far as specifics, no.
No,
Trying to be coy here.
we have no idea.
He nods. You can see that he puts a hand in one of his pockets, but then he takes it out with nothing in hand. Help me heal Paros. And whatever that apostle threat truly is. And I can grant you another catalyst. I will not promise that this catalyst will grant you the win, but I can assure you that this is not me trying to change the odds. I do not even am aware. I'm not even aware of your wish, if it is yet another selfish one. Just know that I have seen what you can do. I hope that you keep. He squeezes Jackson's hand. Now you gotta be careful.
I would like a word with you, if you would. I'm as lost as you, but I have some inkling of what's going on. But I do not know where this leads or why it's like this.
He nods. Let's keep talking. You two, if you need anything, if you need any help, I am the person that's supposed to help you. However, if helping you in any way, shape, or form unbalances the ritual, I will not be permitted to do so.
Well, just as a side note, could you possibly maybe perhaps teach us how to do the whole summoning bit?
Yes,
Okay, cool.
I do not know why I have this knowledge, but it has come to me.
Would be appreciated.
Yes.
Gods have downloaded it into his head.
Yes. If you need any help with the ritual itself, the Holy Grail War, it seems that whenever one is appointed as overseer, knowledge comes with it.
At least handy that they're not throwing you into a role with no capability to fill it.
He places a hand on Edmund's shoulder. I am glad that you were chosen.
I appreciate it. I know why I've joined, and I can say at least my wish is not a selfish one.
He turns to Gianna. I'm afraid of your mage-like tendencies in a war of this scale.
Understand your enemy have to be your enemy at points.
He
do.
nods.
I understand that my wish is somewhat selfish, but I have a feeling it'll help more than it'll hurt, for sure.
Unfortunately, I do expect the other 5 wishes. He side-eyes Jackson, possibly 6 wishes. Be selfish, so I am here only to mediate and to oversee my
Don't worry.
own desires, my wanting the Grail is something that is to be reserved for another war if it happens in my lifetime.
Yeah, it's a good thing for you. If we have anything to say about it, you only have to worry about the 2, possibly 3 wishes.
Yes. Your wish is not something that you need to disclose to me at any point. It's not part of the rules. But if you wish to keep it to yourselves, I am in full understanding. We'll then pat Jackson on the back, pushing him forward. Now if you leave us, his situation falls a bit out of the scope of what the Grail has given me. But it's not something that I have not seen.
So you're saying he's foreign to the ritual?
Him, but also others. Remember,
There's more.
Tobias is also an overseer of this war. We communicated. Not something that I am terribly proud of, but unfortunately for at least the next year or so, we are supposed to be partners.
My condolences.
Wish you luck with that.
Keep an eye on the
Yes.
slimy bitch and tell me where he is at all times.
I unfortunately cannot do that.
Okay, can you point me in the vague direction?
Perhaps.
Assuming this war ends at some point.
After the war is done, then you're free to do whatever, and I am free to do whatever. But yes, he has said that this is something that has happened to others that he has seen.
So there are more outliers like Jackson.
At least one more.
Isn't it wonderful?
Hmm.
Honestly, I think that's preferable.
Why is that?
Why?
Um, I guess I'm not the one to fully understand it, but having at least two lets you compare the cases and figure out the cause.
True, I suppose.
Constantly. Wonder who's the second one then, or at least one other. Well, I guess that's a story for another time.
He nods.
We have 7 already, don't we?
We have 9. But yes, I need to inquire your little friend here as much as possible.
Of
Go on,
course.
I'll catch up.
Also, don't be mean to Robin.
Wasn't planning on it. If anyone you
Oh.
have to worry about, that's Oliver.
He's got that kind of in spades, so.
Hmm.
He
That's enough for
sighs.
all of us, I think.
Gianna will pat Jackson on the shoulder as she leaves.
Edmund will just give a wave as he walks away as well.
And this talk will happen either next time or in between games.
Yes.
Oh no!
Oh no.
This will be a long talk.
So, Jackson, you're a freak.
Ah, yes. I hadn't noticed that. Thank you for pointing it out.
Benefit though. There's a freak with enough enough examples that we can figure out what's happening.
I don't know if
Oh, no.
one extra is an example, but
You know-
I'll take it. It's
You
more
know,
than
I'm
one.
glad that there are other examples. I'm
I'm not
less
sure-
glad that
I'm
there are
not
other
sure I-
freaks.
So there are 9 masters, and there are actually 11 classes.
Known,
Oh no!
known as of now, yes, there are 9 masters,
So there
Including
might
the
be an extra
outliers?
2.
Or
including the outliers. Yes, there are 7 for
Yes.
the main ritual.
I
You
suspect-
and another guy.
would it be so neat if there were 14 masters?
Oh wow, it's almost like I
fucking-
planned for it.
No.
Oh god, this
No.
is gonna be Apocrypha.
No.
This was literally a question in chat a long time ago.
Yes,
This is
Like,
unseen.
We
movie all
agreed to
over
this.
again.
2 years ago. Yes.
No, don't do it.
I wasn't here for the beginning, so I did not know TM.
Yes, you were.
I was really not here for the beginning.
You weren't, but Chris was.
I wasn't here for the beginning.
Not the beginning, but you're here for when I asked the question.
I don't recall.
I know.
been a while. Oh, there he goes.
He's dead. Oh, he's alive.
Ugh.
Glad
Bah.
I need him.
I was muted for so long, my mic turned off.
Good.
Bah.
It decided that it didn't need to work.
The guy who needs that.
But yes, Graves, your time approaches.
Soon.
Soon.
I'll say that now we gotta figure out which of the 3 possible masters you want.
Yep, you're gonna have
Listen,
the choice is going to be made.
You don't want to be my
you
servant.
guys are the ones who choose that.
That is true.
I'm just the one who beats the shit out of you.
Listen.
I am the stand in this situation.
The wand chooses the wizard, Harry.
You know, I still think like, oh yes, this character is this person is from like pre-classical Greece. I think you could be like, ah yes, tell me what like all your like historian like things are triggering. Like, give me all the knowledge.
That's kind of why I want. That's why I kind of want him for Gianna. Also because possible thing.
Also
other
Greece.
things. Also Greece.
Yeah.
And then freaking Theseus, I mean, Ryder's just like looking at you like, what's wrong with you?
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Stop being so wishy-washy.
I'm trying, goddammit. I'm sorry.
You're not trying hard enough.
Proceeds to throw you into danger.
Yes.
Like, okay, Master, look, you'll be the tank this fight.
You can dodge a sword, you can dodge a ball.
Here, if you can dodge my fist, like if you can take a hit from my fist, you can fight. Proceeds to literally punch out a freaking commoner with one hit.
Like,
Look at
if you
this
can
guy.
dodge a sword, you can dodge a saber servant.
That's how logic works.
For instance, look at this guy. Slaps a random guy. He's weak. Look.
Look how weak he is.
Don't be like him.
I just killed him on the spot.
I just did triple his damage, like his HP, with my
Okay.
bare hands.
Oh no, it's gonna be scary once we get to the amount of servants summoned.
When we
God.
actually get a servant, it's gonna be awful because that's when other servants show up.
Yes.
Oh, really? Do you think that you need to have a servant for other servants to show up? That's cute.
We've already,
Literally,
I
it's
mean,
already
and you
happened.
actively start sending them to try and kill us.
That's
But,
That would be
like,
really not
oh,
okay,
you-
To be
bro.
fair, FJ, we now have clairvoyance. We can now
Oh, yeah,
identify.
Yeah, now we know when danger approaches.
Now
That's
you can
great.
actually see invisible servants. You just can't tell what they look like.
It's true.
That's like really not okay, bro.
But yes. Thank you all for playing.
And thank you for running.
We'll
Yeah.
see each other another time. Bye bye.